What's up, guys? Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Street Car Shenanigans Performance, and we have a performance-based automotive shop in Antioch, Illinois. And behind me you see a 66 Corvette that we are working on currently with a Holly install, complete trans swap. You hear our fabrication side on the other side of the shop working on stuff right now. And I just want to introduce ourselves into this episode because we are kind of rehabbing our YouTube channel. So if you're already subscribed and you've already been following us along, thank you so much for all the support over the last year that we've been doing this. We really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you're into high performance cars, we welcome you aboard, and please subscribe down below so you guys can stay in tune. We are going to be uploading much more often than we have been in the past, so good news for your current subscribers. And we are upping our quality. We'll get into that later in this video, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for following along so far. And if you're new here, please subscribe and enjoy your stay. Comment down below if you're new. And let's get started on today's video about this 66 Corvette. What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Street Car Shenanigans YouTube channel. If you are new here, please subscribe down below. Follow along with all the builds that we got going on. We got a notch behind me. We got a 66 Vet. We're going to talk more about that later this week. And today we are wrapping up a previous customer's 2003 Cobra. Now this thing is freaking wicked. I got to show you guys real quick. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link to the last time that this car was on the channel. It is a 10th anniversary 03. It has all the anniversary stuff. It has the 18-inch chrome AFSs, red calipers, 315 888Rs. I mean, it's pretty much exactly what you want to see in one of these setups. And to match the super aggressive look on this thing, it has the horsepower to back it up. So this has a Gen 2 VMP 2.3, and that is why the car was here before. This had an issue with raising a head under boost, so we went ahead and pulled it out, put better studs in it, better head gaskets, did a general diagnosis on the entire engine, and put it all back together for them, and it is freaking monster. This thing is just a straight monster.
Valve covers coated, new intake.
So while we had it all apart, we powder coated the valve covers. Where are you guys going?
I dropped this truck off.
Oh, okay. So we powder coated the valve covers to wrinkle black to match, and it really made the engine bay really unique. So that's what it's here for today. Dan is going to go over what we did to this car. Unfortunately, we recently had our camera stolen, so a lot of the footage on putting this IRS together was lost in the interim that we were waiting for the new camera that we're recording on now. So hopefully you guys notice an increase in quality, as you will in the next few videos. But this thing is freaking sick. It makes about 800 wheel horsepower on E85 with this Gen 2 VMP, and it is a rocket ship. The first time we drove it, the only thing that we said that it needed was an FTBR kit and a beefed up rear suspension, and he's got it. So this thing is going to be a perfect street car, and we're not going to really take you guys much for a ride on this one. But if you do want to see this thing, we have some cool flybys and drive-bys on this. I'll put the link in the comments down below, and you guys can go check that out. But I'm going to give the camera to Dan. He's going to give you guys an overview on what we did to it this visit and what we do to all these Cobras when they come in for IRS upgrades.
I don't know if Nicholas touched base on it, but what we did, full tilt boogie kit everywhere, tow arms, cross-axis joints. We ended up doing stainless steel brake lines in the back, Maximum Motorsports, and we did G-Force axles. We did the Renegade ones, that's what they had in stock, and we contacted them and spoke with them on which ones to do, and based on what he's doing with it, this is perfect. We also ground down the knuckle and everything to make sure it can clear for a 15. He said, I was like, well, while we're in here, you know, we can do it if he wants us to, and he's like, oh yeah, sure, do it. So got it all clearance, should fit a 15. We were testing with our welds that we have here. Everything's good there. Bled the brakes, got stainless steel brake lines up front as well. We had to get those made, custom made, so that was all good. We did a little ARP bolt upgrade on the front and the rear diff. So what we've come to find, we've kind of started putting ARP hardware right in the front right here. Right under here and here. And then also on the back for the diff mount. Just because that is a bigger sleeve and a better torque rating. So you can kind of limit the amount of movement that it could possibly have. Everything's all greased up and good to go. We went with Viking double adjustables with a 275-pound spring in the back. And yeah, sitting pretty good. Everything looks good. So, couldn't be happier. Hopefully Emir likes it. Gear sounds great. Thank you to Nicholas. I didn't really hear any noise when we were driving it to get the alignment. And yeah, so he's pretty much good to go. He's gonna be picking it up here shortly. We're gonna drive it over to the houses. I think that's where he's gonna meet us. She's fixed. So, yeah, a little update on her. Renegade, got the diff mount, obviously the milled cover, girled cover, full tilt boogie. We had to grind that down because whoever put these on did not do a very good job. Everything's all good. We got the stainless steel brake lines in front as well. Nope. Everything went together pretty smoothly. Going back in, the car was a little bit of a task. We had to grind down that subframe connector that you just saw because whoever put them on, welded them a little crooked and covered the pocket for the IRS to fit. So,
I wonder how we got it out of there.
that was fun. Well, because the factory one is just rubber. It doesn't protrude past it. It's just rubber with the metal sleeve. So, I was able to clear that spot without an issue. But once you go to the Delrin, it's got a little bit of bigger shoulder and it's all solid on the shoulder versus the rubber one doesn't really protrude past the metal sleeve. If you can see that, like it's got the little metal sleeve there. So typically the rubber just kind of chills right there and then there's a metal sleeve that goes in between. And the rubber was kind of a little bit more forgiving than the Delrin. So that's what we had to do, clearance it, and it fell right in and it was good to go. Now I'm gonna take a little drive and see how it all feels. Sounded great when like I said, when I was going to the alignment shop. Gear was good. Just put the sway bar end links on, and should be all good. Ride height looks mint compared to the front. It's a little higher than some other Cobras. My Cobra's obviously lower. Charlie's was lower.
I think this just had cut springs before.
Yeah, just had cut springs in the rear, obviously, and in the front. Not sure how much is cut off, but enough to make it sit pretty nice. So, and it's interesting because it was also sitting high enough to where a 315 does not rub with a wheel spacer. I have 315s on my car and it rubs without a wheel spacer, but I'm pretty low. So either way, you would think this would rub just a little bit, but yeah. So everything works, looks good. So we'll see you back at the house.
This thing is too freaking nasty. That's all the test drive that we're gonna take you guys on this car. Amir's at my house picking it up, so I'm pulling up to the house right now. But this thing is freaking sweet. Full FTBR cab. As you guys saw, Dan went over the whole thing with you. So it's just a short video, kind of testing out the new camera, getting you an update on what we've been working on Cobra-wise, and there's a lot more coming soon. So subscribe down below if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys soon. Big brake kit. You put like the track cams on it. Alright guys, thank you again for watching this video on Emir's Cobra. If you want to see any other updates on the car, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Streetcar Shenanigans. And we will also put Emir's tag in the comments down below. If you have any questions about setting up your Cobra like we do in the videos, obviously feel free to message us, reach out, or comment down below, and we will respond to all your comments. But it's a freaking badass car. We're really happy with it. Amir's happy with it. And it was a quick turn time this time with his car, unlike the head gasket problem last time that took forever. So, all right, that wraps up this video, guys. We'll be talking to you soon. We'll come back at you in a couple days with an update on that 66 Vet that I showed you, and a lot of other fun projects that are brewing in the shop.